the real-life Marius Borg Høiby scandal and the alleged legal charges he faces. What comes to mind when you think of royalty, tradition, duty, history, a family held up as a symbol of stability and honor? But in Norway, a storm is raging. At the center of it all is Marius Borg Høiby, stepson of Crown Prince Haakon, heir to the throne. Once seen as a golden-haired outsider of the royal family, Marius is now accused of some of the darkest crimes imaginable: rape, domestic violence, and abuse. He faces 32 criminal charges, 4 counts of rape, multiple charges of violence, allegations involving 4 women. And with his trial set for 2026, this scandal threatens not just his future, but the reputation of the Norwegian monarchy itself. This is the case that has rocked Norway, and we hear for the first time what Crown Prince Haakon and Princess Mette-Marit have said about their family's shattering allegations. Please like and subscribe if you're new to the channel. The man behind the scandal. This story of a member of the Norwegian royal family is quite the opposite. It's a story of a fall from grace, the commission of atrocious crimes, and the wheels of justice that have since turned completely. At the center of attention is 28-year-old Marius Borg Høiby. Marius Borg Høiby was born on January 13, 1997. He is the son of Crown Princess Mette-Marit from her previous relationship with Morten Borg. They were together in the 1990s when she was part of the Norwegian house music scene. Marius was only 4 years old when his mother married Crown Prince Haakon. His biological father, Morten Borg, had his own criminal past involving drugs and abuse. When Mette-Marit married into royalty in 2001, little Marius became part of the Norwegian royal household. But unlike his half-siblings, Princess Ingrid Alexandra and Prince Sverre Magnus, he never held a title, nor a place in the line of succession. He was always an outsider. During his teenage years, the tabloids painted him as a Norwegian bad boy. Slicked back blonde hair, rings, earrings, tattoos, parties, girlfriends, paparazzi. Marius lived far from the polished image of his royal siblings. Marius Borg has been at the center of a media storm since the investigation against him began last year. The charges are serious. In 2017, the Norwegian royal family announced that Marius was leaving public life, so Høiby withdrew from public life, removing his profile from the royal website. He enrolled to begin studying business at an unspecified university in California, insisting he wanted a private life. But he dropped out after a few months without completing a degree. And the scandals followed. Several media reports about Høiby have emerged in the past, claiming he had been seen hanging around Norwegian gangs and mafia members in the capital. In fact, in 2023, police authorities warned the son of the Crown Princess of Norway against moving in notorious criminal circles. All of the incidents seem unbecoming of a member of the royal family, even considering that the son's life was not of royal blood, but was raised in the Norwegian royal family. Perhaps the past holds some answers. Currently, he lives outside the royal palace. He is currently living in a house in Norway. Alleged domestic violence and rape. He seemed completely possessed. This happened on a cocaine-fueled night. Marius Borg Høiby lost control under the influence of cocaine and hit his girlfriend. His girlfriend was brutally attacked and harassed. Høiby took cocaine, was intoxicated, and went to brutally beat his girlfriend. Marius allegedly attacked his girlfriend in her Oslo apartment that night because he suspected she was seeing another man. He seemed completely obsessed with this idea. Finally, she wouldn't immediately respond to his calls or texts. Marius got angry, but he wasn't just angry. It wasn't just his emotions were out of control. He was out of control. Marius completely went off the deep end. He had strangled his girlfriend and then devastated her house. The victim reported the incident to the police. She was taken to the hospital and allowed to leave the next day. She had apparently suffered a concussion. Marius met his girlfriend at a restaurant. Apparently, Marius had met her just a few weeks earlier at a restaurant where she worked. Marius's new girlfriend, Rebecca Helberg Arntzen, 26. The two were having a roller coaster relationship. The young man, jealous and with his emotions out of control, betrayed him. A source: it wasn't love at first sight. But Marius was immediately very impressed and contacted her. Apparently, the two had an unstable relationship. He was jealous and had uncontrolled relationships, as an acquaintance reported. He confessed to the crime. According to his own account, he was under the influence of drugs. He apologized for his abuse. This has worsened the situation, according to the source. If he took something, it became more extreme, and Marius likes cocaine. The arrests. Høiby was arrested 3 times last year, in August, September, and November. When the rape allegations surfaced in November, he spent a week in custody, unusual for someone with ties to the royal family. And upon his release, he checked into a rehabilitation center in London. Fast forward to August 2024. Oslo police arrested Marius after he allegedly attacked a young woman, both psychologically and physically. He was held for 30 hours before being released. Days later, Crown Prince Haakon, speaking from the Paris Olympics, told reporters, "It is a serious matter when the police are involved in the way they are, but it is not right for me to go into the details." But that arrest was only the beginning. In the months that followed, Marius faced 2 more arrests, in September and November. By the end of the year, prosecutors had expanded the case. 4 women had come forward. 32 charges were filed, including rape with penetration, rape without sexual intercourse, domestic violence, and filming the genitals of several women without their knowledge or consent. The Norwegian press reported that some of the alleged assaults were even recorded on video. Prosecutor Sturla Henriksbo made it clear. He emphasized that Høiby would not receive any favoritism due to his relationship with the royal family. He will not be treated more lightly or more harshly than any other person in similar circumstances. He added that investigators have audio-visual material, videos, and photos that, according to the prosecution, supports part of the accusation. The prosecution also publicly identified one of the complainants, his ex-girlfriend Nora Haakon, who allegedly suffered physical and psychological abuse in 2022 and 2023. The charges. So what exactly is Marius accused of? Court documents detail a grim pattern. In 2018, a woman alleged she was raped while unconscious. In 2023, another woman accused him of violent sexual assault. In 2024, he was accused again, after the police had already begun investigating him. He also faces charges of domestic abuse against an ex-girlfriend, including threats to burn her belongings, violating restraining orders, disorderly conduct, and vandalism. Marius Borg Høiby had been under investigation since his arrest in August on suspicion of assault. The 4 alleged rapes occurred between 2018 and 2024, and one of them allegedly took place after his arrest. In June 2025, Oslo police confirmed that Marius was charged with rape, offensive sexual conduct, and bodily harm following the completion of the investigation. The police declared him a suspect on the charges, altogether 32 charges. If convicted on the most serious counts, Marius could face up to 10 years in prison. His lawyer, Peter Sekulich, insists Marius takes these accusations seriously, but he does not admit to rape or domestic violence. He plans to plead guilty only to lesser charges. Still, the prosecution says they have video evidence, and at least one accuser, former girlfriend Nora Haakon, has publicly stepped forward. Royal reactions. For months, the royal family remained silent, but as the charges piled up, the pressure grew. Crown Prince Haakon, 52, finally broke his silence. "We will continue to carry out our duties as best we can, as we always do." Everyone involved in this case probably finds it challenging and difficult. Princess Mette-Marit, also 52, in a rare emotional interview, admitted, "It has been a demanding year. I don't think we would have been able to manage without help, together as a family. We have been seeking professional help for a long time." King Harold, 87, added that while it was painful for the family, the legal system must be allowed to work as it should. Even Queen Sonja confessed the ordeal was taking its toll. For a family known for discretion, these remarks revealed the weight of the scandal on Norway's monarchy. A family history of struggle. The scandal has also reignited old controversies. Before marrying Haakon, Mette-Marit was criticized for her past ties to Oslo's rave and drug scenes, and she led a rather wild life. Marius's father, Morten Borg, had his own criminal convictions, as did his father. Critics now suggest that Marius's underlying problems shaped his downfall. Mette-Marit's father also had a controversial marriage to a much younger woman who had been a stripper. In 2023, police even warned him about his associations with criminal gangs in Oslo. He reportedly struggled with alcohol, cocaine, and mental health issues. In his own words, Marius admitted, "I want to take responsibility for what I did. I was under the influence of alcohol and cocaine. I have struggled with mental troubles and substance abuse for a long time." But he continues to deny rape. The trial to come. The stage is now set for January 2026. The trial could last 6 weeks. Prosecutors will present testimony from 6 women, along with alleged videos and photos supporting their claims. Marius's defense will argue that while he admits to drug use, vandalism, and some violence, he did not commit rape. The outcome will not only decide his fate, it will test the integrity of Norway's justice system. Will the royal connection cast a shadow over the proceedings? Or will Marius, like any other Norwegian citizen, stand trial as an equal under the law? The future of the royal family. For the monarchy, this scandal couldn't come at a worse time. King Harold is aging and frail. Crown Prince Haakon is preparing to one day become king. Princess Ingrid Alexandra, just 21, is being groomed as Norway's future queen. And yet, overshadowing it all is the image of Marius, the troubled stepson, once embraced by the royal household, now accused of crimes that could put him behind bars for a decade. Haakon told reporters, "It is a serious accusation. The police must do their job and the courts must do theirs." But for many Norwegians, the damage is already done. The fairy tale image of the royal family has been shattered. Conclusion. A royal family is supposed to symbolize unity, tradition, and trust. But scandals like this remind us, even palaces have shadows. Marius Borg Høiby's trial will begin in 2026. He faces 32 charges, including rape, domestic violence, and abuse. If convicted, he could spend the next decade behind bars. For now, Crown Prince Haakon and Princess Mette-Marit continue their duties, balancing loyalty to family with loyalty to their people. And for the world, this story is a stark reminder: no crown can shield you from justice. The trial of Marius Borg Høiby begins January 2026. Stay tuned for updates.